Ah, it's Christmas time. Look at these two sacks. It's nice to see them. I mean, Father Christmas slash Santa Claus slash Father Claus will come one day and give me a present. Or loads more. Wait, is there something in here? I think I feel something. To Big Bang Bot. Merry Christmas. Love Big Bang Bot Claus. Hey look, Big Bang Bot Claus got me something for Christmas. Maybe you can make it, I don't know. Let's see what's inside here. It's cartridge shaped. I wonder if it's a game. I want to see what it is. This is what it is. Hello, and this is Big Bang Bot, and today I will be reviewing Tom and Jerry in Fists of Furry for the Nintendo 64. Now, Big Bang Bot Claus left this game for me because he was feeling generous, I guess. But anyway, you'll be getting presents from him on Christmas Day. It's not Santa who does it, it's Big Bang Bot Claus. Anyway, there's not really that much information on this game. I mean, look at this Wikipedia article. It's teensy tiny. Yet, the Japanese article of this game is way longer and in more detail. And this game didn't even get released in Japan, so what the beep? Creators of that Wikipedia article. Anyway, this game was released in 2000 for the Nintendo 64, and it was made by two companies known as New Kid Co. and Viz Kids, and it was published by Ubisoft in Europe. So that's interesting. Anyway, I'm just going to get playing this game. I don't want this review to last too long. By the way, New Kid Co. also made games. This is Tigger's Honey Hunt, and this game had a sequel on 6th gen consoles called Tom and Jerry War of the Whiskers, which I actually really enjoy and I played first and have a lot of memories for. So maybe this game will be fun. Wait, the game's not working? There we go! This game has no story, and if I were to make up a story for this game, it's that 7 of the characters from the Tom and Jerry universe are fighting each other so that one of them can stand on top of a trophy. That's all I can come up with. Ugh. The gameplay is simple. You have to pick one of the 7 characters, and once you pick a character, you will go to an evil level, and then you'll be forced to fight, and you'll basically have to kill your opponent. The end. Okay, there's more to it than that. You can basically fight each other, and you have 2 main attacks: punching things, punching your opponents, and picking up items. You can throw items, or you can attack items, but whatever you do, they're gonna go flying, so that's something. But other than those items which are allowed to punch, pick up, and all that neat stuff, there are also melee weapons which you can use for hand-to-hand combat, which replace your regular punches. Now basically all that these do is let you, attack people with them. You can pick them up and you can whack your opponent with them. So that's pretty simple, and that's practically all there is to the gameplay. You punch your opponents, you punch items at them, you throw items at them, you hit them with items in their faces. There's these question marks that come out with random items, such as this green stuff, which makes you slowly drain health, but you could give it to someone else. They can also make you invisible, which does absolutely nothing except make it harder to see you, even though it's still extremely easy to see you. And there's also a shield which makes you invincible, and last but not least, you could have this orange thing flying around with you which makes you flash red, and I think it makes you faster, but I really don't know. It's not very obvious. Oh, and you can also duck. so that's something. There are only 3 main modes in this game: single player, versus mode, and team play mode. And there's also options where you could set the length of your rounds, how many rounds you have, and the difficulty, even though I noticed no differences, the audio settings, and cheats once you unlock them. And you think that with 0 seconds the rounds will end immediately. Well, guess what? You would be wrong, because 0 seconds means infinite time. Okay? Single player is one big endurance round. You pick your character, and then you'll be chucked into levels where you'll have to fight some enemies. Now, in some levels you'll fight 1 enemy, in some levels you'll fight 2, and in the last level you will fight 3. And there are 2 end bosses. One is an invisible Tom, and the other one is a giant Jerry. So, yeah, and I'm not going to show them to you because there's absolutely no point whatsoever. The AI can also be really inconsistent. Sometimes the AI can be really easy, but other times they will be hard. And I mean it. Hard. Well, that's if you're playing as most characters in the game. This mode is really short. You can beat it in around 10 to 30 minutes. And it's basically really short. Basically beat the game with all 7 characters in around 2 to 3 hours. So this mode is really, really short. And you can practically unlock everything in this game in 2 to 3 hours. There's not really that much to unlock in this game. Versus mode is your basic multiplayer mode, and team play mode is the same, except that you can choose 4 characters, and whenever a character dies, you move on to the next one. It's basically like Tekken's team mode. The end. You have a grand total of 7 characters. You start off with Tom and Jerry, but you can unlock all of the rest by playing the game as each character. The characters include Tom, Jerry, Spike, Tyke, Duckling, Nibble, Tuffy, and Butch. There's only 7 characters in this game. At least that's 1 more than the first 2 Mario Party games, you know what I'm saying? How? Never mind.
You'll notice that the moveset of each fighter is the same.
I mean, seriously, you've got your 2 big characters, your 4 small characters, and your OP character. Seriously, that is all there is to the characters in this game. As for the levels, you've got a barn, you've got a garden, you've got a dark garden, you've got a kitchen, you've got a dark kitchen, you've got a laboratory, you've got your Christmas house, you've got an alleyway, you've got a boat, you've got a floorboard, and that's every single level in the game. None of them stand out, they're just generic locations, and they're just meh. As for the actual fighting, it's okay. I mean, you can charge up your items, but there's nothing in the game that tells you that. You can also punch items, which deals a ton of damage sometimes. And the game isn't really that deep. It's pretty basic. I mean, you can duck underneath items and you can pick up items when they're being thrown at you, but the gameplay is just really simple and there's not really too much to say about it. The fighting's okay, but the hand-to-hand combat does kind of suck. I mean, it's just button mashing. You've just got to mash the B button and hope that you can get a combo on your opponent before they do. And if they get a combo on you, you've got to hope that you can get out of it. And if you can't even hit each other if you're on different altitudes. It's just so weird. The fighting in this game is meh. It's nothing special, but at the very least, it's not terrible. And as for the controls, you press A to jump, you press B to punch, you use either L or R to use your ducking move, and you can press the Z button to pick up items and press B to use them. And that is all of the controls in this game. Every single bit of them. They're okay. The punching just sucks. It only works properly when it feels like it. It's supposed to have a 3 punch combo, but it just doesn't always work. Sometimes your character does more punches than they should, and it's just weird. And the controls, while they work, the punching is unresponsive. Sometimes the button presses are delayed a bit. Sometimes they don't even work, which is really annoying, but the controls work well enough for what this game is, so that's something, I guess. The graphics are okay. I mean, they don't look bad, I'll tell you that much. I mean, surely they don't look that amazing for an N64 game released in 2000, but at the very least, they get the job done and they look okay. That's all I have to say about that. The frame rate does drop sometimes, but overall, the graphics aren't too bad, but they're not too good either. The music in this game is actually surprisingly good. I mean, it's not the best soundtrack in the world, but it is actually kind of catchy. I really do like the songs in this game. They're nice, they get you in the mood for fighting, and overall they're nice to listen to. Nothing incredible, surely not, but they're still enjoyable to listen to, and they're definitely the game's highlight, and the sound effects are okay, and there's not really to say about the voice acting. There's not really that much of it, and the few of it there is mostly yelling, and even when the characters do say something, it's sometimes hard to make out what they say. Although I'm not going to give you any examples of that because I'm mean. Although I really do like the menu theme for this game, just listen to it. That's what you call filler, guys! Are there any bad things about this game? I really don't know, because this game is so average. Well, okay, the controls are kind of wonky, but they do work, even if the physics are a bit weird. And this game's difficulty can be really inconsistent. It doesn't matter what difficulty you're playing the game on, it always feels exactly the same no matter what difficulty you're playing the game on. It just feels so weird. And the game doesn't really tell you about anything such as the charging up of items. The game seriously tells you nothing about that. That makes no sense. And the single player mode is really short in this game. Seriously, you could just beat it in like 20 minutes with one character, maybe even shorter, depending on how many rounds you choose and how good you are at the game. And that's not all. well, you could probably beat this game 100%, as in with all 7 characters, unlock everything in like 2 or 3 hours. This game is really, really short, and the multiplayer is just okay. So I'll just leave it at that. Are there any good things I can say about this game? Actually, yes. First off, the soundtrack is actually really good. It's not amazing, but I really do enjoy the soundtrack. It's nice to listen to, and overall, I like it. And if there is one thing which I really do like about this game, is that the game uses a battery backup.
Hallelujah! 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 Hallelujah!
But other than those 2 things, this game is just meh. I mean, the gameplay's meh, the graphics are meh, the fighting's meh, the stages are meh, and overall this game is just meh. The characters all play exactly the same, except that some characters are bigger than others, and Spike is super OP. Seriously, Spike is so overpowered. No wonder he's the last character you unlock. And basically, this game is just okay. The mechanics are there, and they do work decently, but the game is just not amazing. There's not really that much to say about this game. It's just okay. The end. Overall, Tom and Jerry in Fists of Furry is an okay game. It's okay. I have nothing else to say about it. It's okay. The graphics are okay, the gameplay's okay, the controls are okay. Overall, the game's okay. It's not fun, as in super fun, but it's not horrible either. The multiplayer's okay, single player's okay. Overall, there's not really much to this game. Once you've unlocked everything, you're probably only really going to play this game in multiplayer. If you've got friends. But other than that, you'll probably play something else on the N64, like Smash Brothers or Mario Party. But basically, this game is okay. This game is a solid D. If there are any good things about this game, it's that the game has good music, and the game uses a battery backup and not a stupid memory pack. And if the game has any bad things, the fighting's a bit wonky, but it's still okay. I know this review was a bit short and a bit lame, but seriously, there's not really that much to talk about when it comes to this game. This game is just okay. There's not really that much to say. Alright. But anyway, thanks for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. This is Big Bang Bot signing out. And as for future reviews in this year, they're non-existent. You're not going to see any of them. They're not going to exist. I'll see you in 2015, guys. Goodbye. But despite the fact that Big Bang Bot is done, I'm here. Ho, 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 ho. My hand. It is me, guys, Big Bang Bot Claws. And Big Bang Bot wanted me to tell you that if you want to play a fighting game starring Tom and Jerry, you're better off playing the sequel, or the Whiskers, on the PS2. Also, GameCube and Xbox, but those versions were only released in North America. But anyway, Big Bang Bot may be done this year with reviewing, but I have to make a review this year. So I'll see you then. Goodbye.